Hey, welcome back to Get Your Play Online and happy Monday. Um, Hi, welcome back. I'm not sure if we started. It's kind of being funny, technical difficulties. Anyways, hi, welcome back to Get Your Play Online. My name is Carly. Happy Monday and welcome to my kitchen. This week for Get Your Play Online, we have a fun fantasy themed week. And something that I really think about when I think about fantasy is unicorns. Unicorns are something that are super fun and super just really get me using my imagination and are something that I think a lot of people enjoy. So I'm going to be making a special treat based off of unicorns. We're going to be making unicorn themed pancakes. Pancakes are one of my favorite foods. I know a lot of people think of them as breakfast foods, but I like them for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, whenever, whatever time of day. So whatever time of day you want to make pancakes and you want them to be unicorn themed, I'm going to show you what we're making today. Hopefully you can see my little friend here. They're pretty simple to make. You might need some help from an adult because we will be using our stove today. So what you're going to be needing for this unicorn pancake recipe is some pancake mix. I just have the one that just adds water, so it's super simple. You just add a little bit of water, stir it up, and throw it right on your pan. So I'm going to be using that today. You're also going to need a sugar cone. That's what we're using as the horn. If you have a different ice cream cone laying around at home, feel free to use that. I just got sugar cones. We're also going to be using M&Ms. That's what I used for his little nose. If you have chocolate chips or some kind of nut, maybe like an almond, feel free to use that, but I'm going to be using M&Ms. You're going to need some whipped cream to make the pretty mane. I am just using store-bought whipped cream, but if you'd like to make your own, feel free. Whatever you want to do is fine. On top of the whipped cream, I added some fun rainbow sprinkles. I just thought they were super colorful, and when I think of unicorns, I think of lots of fun, bright colors. So I picked up some sprinkles to add to the mane. We're also going to be doing, for the eyes, I used blueberries, so I have some blueberries here. If you have a different fruit or something else you'd like to use as the eyes, feel free, but I'll do blueberries today. And then the last thing we're going to need is for his ears, I'm using some bacon, so I need to cook this bacon still. If you don't want to use bacon, feel free to use something else. Maybe strawberries are going to be a similar shape, but I used bacon. So one more time before we get started, for anyone that's joining again, these are our little unicorn pancakes we're making, super simple. So you have the pancake as the face, we have the ears that are our bacon, our little unicorn horn is made of our sugar cone, we have blueberry eyes, M&Ms as his little nose, and the whipped cream with the rainbow sprinkles for his mane. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to do, actually I'm going to set this aside really quickly. And the first thing I want to do, what we always do when we're starting in our kitchen and handling food, we're going to wash our hands for at least 20 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and do that very quickly. A good way to remember 20 seconds is sing happy birthday twice. So I'm going to do that. Feel free to sing along. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Again, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Go ahead and dry them off. And we're going to be, like I said, a lot of this is going to be happening on the stove, so you might need an adult to help you out a little bit. The first thing I'm going to do is get my bacon in the pan because that's what's going to take the longest. I'm going to try and move you a little bit closer down here so hopefully you can see what's going on. All right, let's see here. join me at my stove. There we go. Hopefully you can see. Sorry if I'm cut out a little bit. So like I said, I'm going to start with my bacon just to get that going in the pan. So I have 2 pans already on the stove. My stove is not on yet, but now it is. So remember, stoves are going to get hot, so just be careful if you need an adult to help you. Totally fine. The decorating part is one of my favorites, and you can do that all on your own. I'm going to go ahead and spray my pan. I just like to make sure it's not sticking at all. I'm going to let that heat up a little bit. Like I said, we're just doing an instant pancake mix today, so it won't take long at all. So while my pan is heating up, we'll get started on making that pancake mix. So what I have here is a bowl to mix my pancakes in. And then I have my actual pancake mix, which I already showed you. I'm just going to be following some directions on the back. I'm just going to be going with the smallest amount of pancakes, which is 5 to 7 pancakes. You're going to need 1 cup of your batter, and you're going to need 2/3 cup of cool water. So we're going to be following that. So first I'm going to take that 1 cup and put it right into my bowl I have right here. Perfect. I'm going to set this aside just so we have a little more room to work with. And I'm going to get my cool water going. And like I said, we're going to be adding 2/3 cup of our cool water right into this mix, into the mix. So I have 2/3 cup of cool water just right in here, and then I'm going to be using a whisk just to mix it up. With pancake mix, you don't want to over mix it too much, so just once it starts to get combined, then it's good to go. If it looks a little too runny, you can always add more batter back in here, or if it's a little too thick, add a little more water. You can't really go wrong with making pancakes. They're pretty simple. So my mix looks pretty combined. Usually once it sits, it'll kind of get a little fluffier too. So I'm going to let that sit there for a second while my pan is now warm. So I'm going to throw on my bacon. I just have 1 piece here. We'll just kind of toss it in there. Okay. That should get cooking pretty quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn on my other pan. I'm using the bigger pan here for the pancake part. You're going to need 2 pancakes to make your 1 unicorn face. I'm doing one that's a little bit bigger. That will act as the unicorn's actual head that you saw. And then one that's a little bit smaller, and that will be more of like the unicorn's snout or nose. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this one on as well. Just get that heating up. You guys will have to tell me what one of your favorite breakfast treats are. Like I said, I like pancakes any time of the day, but I like pancakes for breakfast a lot. And I think it's more fun when the pancakes look like a fun creature or critter or animal. And I think the unicorns really fit well for this week's theme, so I'm super excited about that. I'm going to go ahead and spray this pan as well, just so our pancakes don't stick. Our bacon is sizzling over here. Hopefully you can still hear me over all of it. And just letting our pans heat up a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and make the actual pancakes. So to scoop our pancake batter, you can just pour it straight in the pan. You can use a spoon. I'm just going to be using a little measuring cup I had. This is a 1/3 cup. Just helps me do a little even scoop into our pan. Our pan is feeling pretty warm, so I'm going to go ahead and take our pancake batter that we just mixed together, and I'm just going to scoop a scoop of it onto our pan. And like I said, you want the first one to be a little bit bigger. I'm making it kind of a bit of more of an oval than a circle to make it longer like the unicorn's face. So that's going to be our first pancake. You can do 2 different pans to make the process go a little bit faster, making big pancakes in one and a smaller in another. But I'm just going to be using 1 pan today. It still works, it's still simple. The pancakes don't take too long to cook, which is super nice, so you just let them sit there. Once they start to get nice and bubbly on top, you know they're ready to be flipped, which is another one of my favorite parts. I love flipping pancakes. If you haven't done it before, it's a lot of fun. You just got to be careful because the pan is still obviously hot, but it's super fun to try and flip them. I'm going to go ahead and actually, speaking of flip our bacon over a little bit, because it's sizzling pretty good now. I like really crispy bacon, but it's up to you. I usually let mine cook a little bit longer so it gets crispy, but if you don't care for it to be that crispy, then you don't have to leave it in quite as long. I'm not sure if you can see my pancake. Try and bring it over to you. But see how it's getting nice and bubbly on top? That means that it's almost ready to flip. You can always take your spatula and give it a little peek if you need to, just to see how it's cooking on that other side. But usually if you just look for all those bubbles, it'll help you figure out when it's time to flip. It smells good in here. It smells like bacon right now, so I'm happy with that. Hi, for anyone that's just tuning in, we're making our fun unicorn pancakes over here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to flip this pancake. So I like to just get my spatula way under it and then using my wrist, just one quick flip, and it's good to go. So I did pretty well there. There's our one little pancake so far. Check on our bacon over here. Looking good too. And the fun thing about this recipe is obviously we're making a unicorn today to fit that fantasy week theme. But if you don't have the horn, which I feel like is something that maybe you don't have laying around, is something to use as the horn, you can always create something different, or you can leave it out and it's simply just a horse looking, a pancake that looks like a horse, which I think is also really fun. I'd be really curious to see other animals that you guys attempt to make. Making pancakes is one of my favorite things, and I love making them look like fun things other than pancakes. So if you make anything, including these unicorn pancakes, please let us know. You'll have to put a picture under this video for us. So I'm going to go ahead and take this pancake off of our pan. It is ready to go, and I'm just going to put it onto a plate, and then we're just going to take some more of our batter, same batter as before. And this time we're going to be making the smaller circle to act as the nose or snout of the unicorn. So same thing, just putting that in there. Cool. And then as you make pancakes, the pan is already heated, so they go a little bit faster. So once the first pancake's done, they progressively get a little bit, cook a little bit faster and get a little bit easier to make. So just be patient. Don't rush the pancakes. You don't want to put the heat on too high or they'll burn, because they can burn pretty easily. So I usually have mine at a medium heat and just let it take its time. Just wait for those bubbles, like I said, and then you'll see, and it'll be ready to flip before you know it. Our bacon looks about done as well, which is perfect timing because our pancakes are going to be done soon. I'm going to go ahead and grab a plate for my bacon really quick. All right. Got a plate. Go ahead and get a fresh fork for my bacon, and I'm just going to set it right onto our plate for now, just to let it cool down a little bit. It's pretty hot, so we're going to leave it there, cool. I'm going to go ahead and move this pan out of our way. Remember that it's hot. All right, and let's check out our other pancake. Looks nice and bubbly. And looks good again. This one's a little bit darker. Like I said, they cook pretty fast as the pan heats up, but I'm fine with this. It still looks good to me. And then as we get this pancake done, we can start assembling the little unicorn face, and we'll put all the finishing touches on it and put it together, which is, I think, one of the most fun parts. You get to be a little more creative there. So now this pancake looks good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it onto our plate. I'm going to move these, make sure our stove is off, and I'm going to move you over a little bit again, just so we have the counter to show you what's going on. Sorry, I keep moving you around. There we go. Okay. So, we have our two pancakes. We made one, oops, that's okay. We made one that was a little bit bigger and longer, and then one that was a smaller circle. So we're going to take our bigger one, and that's going to be the face itself. We're going to leave that one. We're going to take our smaller pancake and just lay it right down to the bottom. So now that's kind of acting as our nose with the unicorn face. I'm going to go ahead and angle this down. I know you can't see me, but you'll be able to see our pancake plate a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and start adding the rest of this, and we'll talk through it. Let me grab my things. So like I said, I'm going to be using bacon for the ears, but if you want to use something maybe like a strawberry or something else you have at home, that works too. So I'm just going to be taking my bacon and kind of cutting it up, because we're just going to be using it as little ears, so it doesn't need to be super big. I'm going to take a little piece of my bacon and I'm going to tuck it right under. I'm actually going to move this down a little bit so we have more room at the top. I'm going to tuck it right under the pancake here, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So now hopefully you can see we have two little bacon ears on our unicorn. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and grab is our blueberries. Like I said, I am using blueberries for the eyes, but if you want to use something else, that's totally fine too. So I'm just going to go ahead and place two blueberries for our eyes. See, he's slowly coming to life. Then I chose to use M&Ms for his nose. So I'm going to just pour some into a bowl. And I'm going to pick out two colors. Well, I'm using two that are the same colors for the nose, but you can use two different colors, whatever colors you want to make your unicorn's little nose. Just going to grab two orange because that's what I saw. And then you just kind of push those through your pancake to make his little nose. And then one of my favorite parts is the whipped cream and our sugar cone. So we have our sugar cone, we have our whipped cream. And like I said before, I'm going to use some sprinkles too, just for fun. So the first part that I did is you want to shake up your whipped cream really well. And I'm just going to make the top where his hair is almost like if he had little bangs. So just push and right there. Then I'm going to take his cone and put it right on top. That's his little unicorn. And then, unicorn horn, sorry. Then we're going to go down the side to make the mane using the whipped cream as well. So I'm just going to go down the side. I made it kind of squiggly for fun. You can make the mane however you want. If you want to give the unicorn hair on both sides, feel free. Like I said, it's fun. You get to be creative here. Then I'm going to take my sprinkles and I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle them onto the mane just to add some fun colors. Makes me think a little bit more of a rainbow unicorn. Perfect. And then in my opinion, pancakes are not the same unless you have some syrup. So I'm going to go ahead and take some syrup and I'm going to drizzle it across my unicorn. If you don't want to use syrup, you don't have to. So I'm just going to go ahead and drizzle it on. Perfect. I'm going to grab a fork while I'm over here. And I will try and show you. Hopefully you can see. It's a little hard to hold up because of our horn. We don't want to fall off. There is our little unicorn pancake friend. You can give him a name if you want. You can make him other unicorn friends or other friends of different species, whatever you want. But hopefully you had fun watching and learning how to make this unicorn pancake. I will be putting all the ingredients listed under this video in the comments. So if you want to give it a try, you know exactly what you need to get out and ready. If you have any questions about how to make this, or if you decide to make it or something similar, leave us a picture because I would love to see. Since you're still here, I'm going to do my favorite part, which is the taste test. I have a feeling this is going to be really yummy. It's a lot of my favorite things. I love whipped cream and I love pancakes. I love blueberries. So it's going to be awesome. I'm just going to take a little cut from his cheek, I guess. And I got some whipped cream on there and some sprinkles. It tastes like a delicious pancake. So if you love pancakes and unicorns, I highly suggest you give this a try. It's super simple. It was a lot of fun to make. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, have a great rest of your Monday. And hopefully I see you again next week. Bye guys. Thank you for watching.